Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Amara Anibo and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you are here. In today's video, I will be talking about the time that I interned for Microsoft CEO and Chairman Satya Nadella. Back in 2014, Satya was appointed as CEO of Microsoft and has made immense changes to the culture at Microsoft. It is a 46-year-old company, so it's been around for a while, and he's done tremendous things during his tenure as CEO. I was so fortunate to have the opportunity to be paired with him for a summer internship and learn from him. I was selected as a Jeff Ubben Fellow back in the summer of 2018, and through this fellowship, I was paired with Satya and the Office of the CEO for a 4-week internship. And over that 4-week internship, I was able to present and research a paper on algorithmic bias in the criminal justice system and its effects on mass incarceration. I'm really passionate about social justice and technology and the intersection between the two. And I was also able to attend meetings with Satya and learn from just so many amazing people throughout the company. I learned so much in that office, but I really wanted to sit down and share with you the lessons that I took away from that experience. You may be asking yourself, Amara, 2021, that was 2018. Why are you making a video about this now? And the reason I'm making a video about this now is because back in 2018, when I was interning in this office, I had a conversation with the chief of staff, and he sat down and told me, Amara, the lessons that you will learn in this office and that you will take away in this office won't materialize a month from now. They're not going to materialize 3 months from now. They're not even going to materialize a year from now. It is going to take you years to understand the full magnitude of what has happened in this office. Since then, I have become a full-time PM at Microsoft starting in 2020. My 1 year at Microsoft was actually last week, which is so crazy to think about how things come around full circle. And I'm finally ready to sit down and chat with you all about what I learned interning in this office, and the lessons that I learned in that office still impact me today. I'm still learning from them, and I hope that they touch you in the same way that they touch me. So with all that being said, let's get into the lessons. The first lesson that I learned while interning in the Office of the CEO is that the team that you are surrounded by truly makes a difference. Growing up, I would always hear the phrase iron sharpens iron, and I never really understood what it meant until I interned in this office. Satya surrounds himself with people who are highly motivated individuals who are striving to be the best version of themselves every single day. And this taught me that when you surround yourself with people who are striving to be the best version of themselves, it naturally produces the best out of you. I think oftentimes in our relationships, we ask ourselves, what value am I getting out of this relationship? But I'm learning right now in my life through this lesson in the Office of the CEO that a much better question to ask yourself is, who am I becoming in this relationship? Because you want to be surrounded by people and teams that push you towards the best version of yourself. One thing that stood out to me in this office was how much people read. I learned that leaders are readers. I would walk through that office and just see stacks of books, islands of books in everyone's offices. And even in the hallway conversations that they would have, they were talking about the books they were reading, the podcasts they were listening to, and different types of media that they were consuming. And this really taught me how important it is to read and to just learn about different perspectives outside of your own worldview. Reading has the power to teleport you into a totally different universe and enter into someone's mind, and that is extremely powerful. As a leader, it's so important to be aware of different perspectives and worldviews, and reading gives you access to that. This motivated me to read a lot more books in different genres because I felt that in college and in high school, I wasn't reading as much more for fun anymore. I was reading because I needed to read for my courses, but this really reminded me the power of reading and how I can be a lifelong learner. I don't need to be in school to keep learning and have different perspectives. Another lesson that I learned interning in the office of the CEO is that self-awareness is key. It was so impressive to watch how self-aware Satya was of himself. And this is extremely important because we live in an age of media overload. There is LinkedIn, there's Twitter, there's Snapchat, there's Instagram. There's all these social media platforms that I'm sure that when we walk away from them, we feel like we have to adjust who we are in order to fit a certain mold. Satya really taught me the importance of self-awareness because I was able to see what he was willing to stand for and what he wasn't willing to stand for. And as a leader, this defines your values. So this motivated me to start practicing certain things to become more self-aware. And it's something that I'm still working on, but I'm so grateful for that lesson. This is probably the most important lesson that I learned in this office, and it took me time to realize. I didn't realize this immediately, but that lesson is that time is extremely valuable, and the best way to make use of that time is to be 100% present. I think oftentimes when we're busy and we have different tasks, we're thinking so far ahead of ourselves, like I have this, that, and this thing to do, and there's so many different things to do. But I realized when I was with Satya that even though he had so many different commitments, when he was talking to someone, he was 100% present in that moment. And he had this ability to make 5 minutes with him seem like 30 minutes. I was always so fascinated how someone can just be so present in the moment to make time feel so full. And this taught me that in order to maximize the use of your time, it is extremely important to be 100% present. And this leads me to my next and final point, the power of active listening. I thought before this experience that as a CEO of Microsoft, that Satya would be the most vocal person in the room. He would be the one with the ideas, driving how things would go. And I sat in several meetings with him, and I was so shocked to see that he was usually the most silent person in the room. And he was the most silent person in the room because he was doing the listening. This taught me that the best leaders are also the best listeners because they give space for other people to share their perspectives and contribute. And this really made me realize that is the type of leader that I wanted to be. It totally flipped my idea of leadership upside down on its head because it challenges so much of what we think leadership is being vocal, driving things, pushing things. But this taught me the importance of active listening because it creates an environment where people can feel like they have something to contribute. Thank you so much for watching this video. This experience of interning for Satya in the office of the CEO totally changed my life. It changed the way I view leadership. It changed the way I view the trajectory of my career, and I am eternally grateful to the Office of the CEO and the Posse Foundation for allowing me to have this experience. I hope the lessons in this video have touched you the way that they have touched and impacted me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Stop playing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.